Hey squad, Sykes here and welcome back to another Halo Infinite video here on InstallationX. Today I am going to be going through and breaking down the new trailer for Season 3. Yes, we are finally getting Season 3 and it is now only a couple of weeks away and it will be launching on March 7th, and we've got a load of juicy new details in this trailer. So the plan for this video is to kind of break things down, go over some key frames that in my opinion show off some very important key piece of information moving forward, and obviously have a discussion about what we might be getting up to with the narrative, with the gameplay itself, and some of the new mechanics like the weapons and the equipment that are being added. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a like, head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications for more Halo Infinite videos. Right, let's jump in. So the first key character we get to look at is Spartan Dinh. Now Dinh is appearing to be a very important character for the narrative moving forward for Season 3, and he looks absolutely fantastic here. He looks really, really good, and the pre-rendered cutscene is looking absolutely fantastic so far. So it looks like Dinh is going to be kind of the main antagonist slash protagonist of the season moving forward, and he looks absolutely fantastic so far. Now we see Dinh looking at a doorway, which seems to be very symbolic for him, and then we get a really, really good look at Eratus. Now for those people who may not be caught up, Eratus is a banished AI who has been extracted by Dinh, but seems to have fused with Dinh's conscious in some way, and is seemingly kind of in control of Dinh's mind and his memories, and it looks like Eratus is trying to show him something important to try and win Dinh to his side, or potentially even take control of him, because Dinh asks a very poignant question, why here? And Eratus then responds, because you refuse to see. So kind of setting up something that Eratus is demonstrating to Dinh moving forward, and why it's going to be so important. Now the trailer really kicks into gear with all of the new multiplayer mechanics coming in, including a look at some of the new armor sets. Now I'm not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of this so far. I want to see it in game a bit more clearly, but I think this is very much going back towards where things were with Halo 5, and I'm not sure I'm completely happy with it. But again, I will give it the benefit of the doubt for now, as we've not seen it running in game. But we're starting to get really flashy, really Power Rangey again, kind of how Halo 5 was, and I thought we were kind of really moving away from that, but we'll have to wait and see. It could look really good in game, but for now I'm kind of a little bit hesitant on this new look with this new core and some of the new armor pieces. We then get a look at the new BTB map that will be coming in Season 3, Oasis. Now Oasis is a very different map to what we've seen so far for BTB, mainly because it's environmental diversity. It's more desert-like than what we've had with all of the kind of Pacific Northwest or Banished themed maps we've had so far. I'm really digging this. It has been shown off by 343 previously in one of the community streams, and it looks really good, hoping it will play really well as well. And then we also get a look at the new Shroud screen. I'm really interested to see how the community are going to best utilise this in maps, because it's a very unique piece of equipment. You cannot see into it or out of it, and it's kind of its own unique bubble on the inside, but it offers you no protection. So people might throw it up to offer a bit of visual impairment for the enemy, but they can still be shot at. So I'm really, really interested to see how people play with this, but generally it's looking really like a really cool piece of kit to get a hold of. We then get a look at the Bandit rifle, which is the new weapon coming to Season 3, and initially I'm just like, oh, it's just a descoped DMR, it will play very similar to a DMR, but when you roll it on into Cliffhanger, the next map that we see it acting in, it's very kind of, I was expecting it to be more of a long range weapon, but it seems to be more of a mid to close range weapon, which is what I wasn't really expecting. Cliffhanger itself looks like a really interesting map. We've obviously got a lot of diversity again, rocky, snowy terrain. I'm glad to see that 343 are really starting to branch out and give us lots of different aesthetics for different maps. Again, I haven't played it, so we'll have to wait and see how it plays to really judge it, but I think overall it's looking really, really smart so far. Cliffhanger along with Chasm are both arena maps, and Chasm really kind of brings me back to Halo Infinite's campaign when we're moving through those internal Forerunner areas. It looks absolutely fantastic yet again. There's the one thing that 343 has really nailed in this game. Lots of chaos going on in this, because they then introduce the new Escalation Slayer mode and give us a hint of what that's going to be, which is essentially just going to be a variation on Call of Duty's gun game, but I'm so here for it. Whether you're going to get a Kilimanjaro like the trailer was implying is up to you. It depends on how good you are, but I'm really, really liking the look of that mode in general. And then we kind of move into something a bit more unique to Halo, and that is all of the community-made maps, some of which we have already seen in the game. Art Room looks absolutely fantastic, and I really, really love how creative this map is. It's I would never have been able to come up with an idea like this. The community playlist is already live in the multiplayer right now. Starboard is a really unique take on Midship. Perilous is the reboot of Lockout from Halo 2, and Salvation is a remake of Damnation. They're all really, really fantastic maps, so if you haven't played that playlist yet, make sure you get in there, because some of these forges have done an absolutely amazing job so far. We're then back with our friend Din, who is still going through some kind of conversation, interaction with Aratus. And I'm going to pause it here because this is one of the frames that has really got people talking so far since the trailers dropped. And the reason why is because it seemingly appears that these are drones that are lying dead on the floor alongside some of the Spartans. And that's a really big deal because drones have not been in the games, I think, since ODST. I don't think they're in Reach. So it's been a long time since we've seen drones in the game. Now, ultimately, this might not mean anything, because it appears that Aratus is trying to show Din something, and it looks like this is probably a flashback from Din's past, especially if he was a Spartan, an older Spartan, maybe fighting during the Human Covenant War, who knows. But it's just such a cool shot. It's really, really good to see the drones are actually being acknowledged and referenced in the games by 343. They're definitely, I'm pretty sure they're not skimmers, because it doesn't look like they've got any of the skimmer-like red armor on them. So I'll take it with a pinch of salt, but I'm pretty certain we've got drones here. Now we continue with the scene, and it appears that Din has actually taken the helmet off of himself in this scene. So this is probably Aratus playing some kind of mind games with Din. But again, this shot just looks absolutely brilliant. It's some of the best stuff we've seen for Halo Infinite so far, which gets me really excited. It looks like they've really put the effort in to make this stand above and beyond anything that they've done so far. So it gets me really excited, and especially for what this interaction with Aratus and Din is going to be moving forward, and potentially some of the other Spartan characters that will eventually come into this multiplayer narrative. And finally, the last key scene of the entire trailer is Din then rising up from the medical bed, and it appears very much that Aratus is in control at this point, which is rather scary to have a banished AI in charge or in the control of a Spartan super soldier. There's a really key line right at the end of the trailer, which basically is Aratus saying through Din's voice, which kind of morphs into his voice, is "Death for you is triumph for me." So it implies that Aratus is very much trying to take control of Din and then wreak havoc from there, which sounds so interesting. We've not had anything really like this in Halo before, so really excited for this narrative now all of a sudden. So closing thoughts, I think this trailer has honestly absolutely slapped, and I think it is everything that 343 needed to do moving into the new year, trying to get the community back on board with the plan that they have for Halo Infinite. I know not everyone's going to buy into this. I know some people are still going to be frustrated by the lack of Infinite campaign narrative, campaign DLC, and that seemingly being swapped out for this new multiplayer narrative. But I must say, I was not really that bothered about the multiplayer narrative after Season 2, which, by the way, came out back in May last year. We're now nearly in March. It's been 9 months since a full-blown new season. Yes, we had the winter update, but it's been that long since a full-blown new season. So this has gotten me really excited. I'm super interested in Din as a character now. I'm really interested in what Aratus is up to and what he's going to do. And generally, it just had this hype that I haven't had for Infinite for quite some time. And it was really exciting to just be able to watch this and go, wow, they are really killing it. I love the cutscenes so far. I'm really excited about Escalation, the Escalation Slayer mode. I'm really looking forward to that. I think the maps all look really unique and interesting, and hopefully they're all going to play well. I'm a bit skeptical on the Shroud screen and the Bandit rifle until I get them in my hands and I'm actually using them. But I think as impressions go, this did a great job. And the one thing that I will say that I haven't mentioned so far is the soundtrack for this trailer was absolutely awesome. And it really set a fantastic tone and atmosphere. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, please make sure you leave a like, head over to InstallationX and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications for more Halo Infinite videos. Let me know your thoughts on Season 3 in the comments section. Follow myself and the channel on social media, links in the description. And as always, I'm Sykes, and for all things Halo Infinite, stay tuned to InstallationX. Bye, guys.